Hey guys, this is Manchester 43. In today's video, I have a video request for Train Room Gary, and he wanted to know about the soft key options on the TMCC controller. So in today's video, that's what we're going to show all you guys. Now, I'm showing you guys all about the soft key options in today's video. I will be doing some other videos on the TMCC system, including how to make lash ups, some different crew talk sounds, because there's a lot of really cool crew talk sounds that some people may not know about or how to access them. Also, I'll show you guys about some other advanced functions like changing smoke output levels and setting maximum speeds and all kinds of other cool things like that. But in today's video, we're going to focus on the soft key options. Alright, so to start things off, we'll go and fire up the layout here. Alright, so now we're all set. So I'm going to be demoing all this with my TMCC C420. So we're going to go ahead and fire up the engine. Do engine, the address, 17, and the aux1 key will turn it on. Alright, so I'm going to lower the volume on this thing so that way you guys can hear me talk over this thing. Put it right there. So, bring this down here. So, Gary wanted to know about the soft key options. Now, before I talk about those, I'll talk about this. This piece here that goes over the buttons, the 1, 2, 3, all these buttons here. This overlay piece comes with all of the TMCC equipped engines, and that way you can switch them out. It got steam, diesel, really for any TMCC piece you get one of these. Now, you don't have to have it on here, but I like to have it on here so that way at a glance I can know what buttons do what. So, the number 1 button, that will raise the volume level. Try to keep this thing level. And then 4 will lower the volume, like I mentioned previously. Number 2 is the crew talk button. Now, depending on whether or not you press the aux1 key, that will change what the engineer says to the tower. So if you press the aux1 key and then the crew talk, you'll get something that sounds like this.
Dispatch, Norfolk and Western 417. I'm ready to go. Am I clear? Over. 417, please stand by. Over. Roger, 417. Waiting for a green light. Out.
And then again, if you press the button without pressing the aux1 key, you'll get the cleared outbound. Now, the number 3 button, I have a steam overlay on here, so it's going to be a little bit different, but same principle. So, the 3 button actually has 2 purposes. The first purpose is to activate a feature. Now, on a steam engine, it's the blow-off sound. On a diesel, it's the RPM level sound. So, if I press it, you can hear the RPM sounds get higher when we turn up the volume. So it's a little easier to hear. And then it will continue to get higher until it's at 4 RPMs. And then the number 6 button, which will typically be steam release on a steamer, that will lower the RPM sounds. So there's that. Lower the volume again. Now, another purpose that the number 3 button serves is to start up the engine after you shut it down. So let me shut it down here.
417, we're throwing out the anchor. Out.
Now, let's say you did that by accident and you want to refire the engine back up. You could do your engine number, aux1, and then 3. Then it'll fire back up. Next up, we have the number 4 button, which, like I said, lowers the engine volume. Number 5, this is the shutdown button, and I just did it, so I'm not going to do it again. But this is the shutdown button when you're in idle. When you're rolling, it will be one of two things. It will either be the emergency stop sequence, that is activated by pressing aux 1 and 5 when you're moving, or if you just press the 5 key, it will tell the engine that they're approaching restrictive track and they need to lower their speed. So that's pretty cool, but I'll cover that when I do the video on the crew talk sounds. Like I said, 6 lowers the RPMs, and then 7, it's basically the same thing as the crew talk, except the tower initiates the conversation. So let's do aux 1 and 7.
417, the outbound line is flagged. Please stand by. Over. Roger, 417, waiting for a green light. Out.
And if you just press it, you'll get this.
417, you are good to go. Over. Thank you, sir. Cleared outbound. 417, out.
Next up is the smoke on and off button. Now I don't have the engine smoking it turned on right now, but if I had it on, I could press the 9 button and it would turn on, and 8 of course would turn it off. And then 0 is the engine reset button. So if I press that, essentially what it does is it resets the engine direction to forward. Got the aux 1 key, the aux 2 key that turns the lights on and off. So you can see the front headlight turn it on and off as I press the button. You got the front and rear couplers. Of course, now you got your self-explanatory ones over here. You know, your horn, your bell, direction control. Then you got your brake and boost key. So let me focus in on the train here. Now, when you press the boost key, it will increase the engine speed until you let go. When you let go, it will bring back to your normal speed. Now, of course, I had this engine at idle when I hit the button. So if I was to get it rolling with the throttle wheel, and I press the boost key, it'll get rolling until I let go. And then when I let go, it'll go back to where it was. So if I get it going, do it one more time. Now the brake button, same thing, except this time it's deceleration. So if I press it, you can hear the squealing brakes, and as long as you hold it, just like with the boost key, it will do the action. So I'm holding it and the train isn't moving until I let go. When I let go, it'll go back to where it went. The last button I'll show you guys in today's video is the halt button. Now what this will do is it will stop any trains from moving. So like, let's say I had this one rolling here. Okay, going the other direction here. And let's say I needed to stop quickly, I could just press that button and then it will stop it. Now also any other engines that are not on, they will turn on. So that's just how that goes. So let me turn these off so you can hear me talk. So that's going to take care of the soft key options for now, but I will go into more detail on some advanced features, like I said, about the output of the smoke unit and also some other cool things in a separate video, and also the crew talk video where I show you guys a lot of the cool crew talk sounds. Now under here, one thing I forgot to mention is you got the set button, the LM and H key, and these have a lot to do with the advanced tip feature. Now, the set button, basically what it will do in the case of a normal running session is it's basically used to program an engine. So what you do is you hit your engine number, and then you hit the set button, and then it will program your engine. Now, when you're done doing that and you use the set button, it will do other various things, and that's what I will cover in the advanced tip video. So I'll do the advanced tip video first, and then I'll show you guys how to do the crew talk, because like I said, there's a lot of really cool crew talk sounds that can be accessed through this system. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. and found it useful, and I will get to the advanced tip video when I can, and you guys will see that. So until the next one, I'm Matt, channel number 943.